Hello and welcome to Midday Update. Coming up are the headlines for the day. One arrested for attempting to kill employee in Dhofar. Over 1,000 adulterated products seized in South Al-Batana. His Majesty the Sultan congratulates Emir of Qatar. Indian Prime Minister Modi congratulates Leo Varadkar on assuming office as Ireland's Taoiseach. United Nations commemorates International Migrants' Day. India and Bangladesh have umbilical connection, says Bangladesh Air Chief. Lionel Messi and a date with destiny. Morocco make history as the first African side to finish in the Final Four. Those are the headlines. Now for the local stories for the day. A citizen was arrested after he assaulted a female employee with a knife while she was performing her work in a local bank in Dhofar Governorate. A citizen was arrested after assaulting a female employee with a knife while she was performing her work in a local bank in Dhofar Governorate. She is in stable condition. The legal procedures are being completed against the citizen, Royal Oman Police said in a statement. The Consumer Protection Authority has seized more than 1,000 adulterated products at an establishment working in the field of selling wet products in the Vilayat of Barka, South Al-Batana Governorate. The Consumer Protection Department in South Al-Batana Governorate in Barka, represented by the Inspection and Marketing Control Department in cooperation with the Directorate General of Agriculture, Fisheries and Water Resources, seized an establishment working in the field of selling veterinary products that violate the Consumer Protection Law and its executive regulations and manipulates the dates of expired products and replaces them with other valid dates. It also sells other expired products. The Inspection and Market Control Team, in cooperation with the Directorate General of Agriculture, Fisheries and Water Resources, conducted inspection visits to the governorate's markets where the institution was caught selling and trading adulterated products due to the change in their validity dates and replacing them with new ones, in addition to selling expired goods, some of which date back to 2017. Where 900 products were seized whose validity dates were changed by placing a sticker with other new dates, and 109 expired products were seized. Accordingly, the department took legal action against the violators. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq sent a cable of congratulations to His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, Emir of the State of Qatar, on the occasion of the National Day of the State of Qatar. His Majesty the Sultan expressed his sincere congratulations and best wishes for abundant health, happiness and a long life to His Highness, praying to God Almighty to repeat this occasion for him and the brotherly Qatari people so that more progress, elevation and prosperity they aspire to may be achieved. The State of Qatar celebrates today the anniversary of the National Day, which falls on the 18th of December of each year. The Omani-Qatari relations constituted a unique model to be followed in the relations between countries and people. The relations between Muscat and Doha are one of the strongest strategic relations between the two countries, complementing the path of joint cooperation, permanent communication and strong fraternal relations. Omani-Qatari relations are also well established in addition to coordination between the two countries in all fields and convergence of views on regional and international issues. The bilateral relations between the Sultanate of Oman and the State of Qatar are characterized by stability and prosperity due to the common vision that bring the two countries together, in addition to the convergence of positions and coordination in all fields and continuous consultation regarding regional and international issues. With regard to the economic aspects, the economic relations between Oman and Qatar have witnessed an upward growth, especially in recent years, benefiting from the great effort made by the Omani-Qatari Joint Committee, which was established in 1995 with the aim of activating relations between the two countries. Those were the local stories. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with international news. Stay tuned.
Circly just landed in Oman. Now you can enjoy your life in Oman and save through unlimited buy two for the price of one offers and discounts starting 20% onwards, and finally track your savings at more than 1,000 leading vendors covering all your needs all over Oman. Download Circly Oman mobile application, subscribe and try 1 month for free. Insert your credentials through your preferred payment gateway and don't worry, you won't be charged during the free trial. Plus, you can opt out at any time. Upgrade your lifestyle with Circly Oman.
We play, you listen.
You talk, we listen.
You got something to say? We want to hear it.
95.4 in Muscat.
And 91 in Salalah.
Music, news, views, and everything in between.
TFM.
TFM.
Let's talk.
Welcome back to Midday Update. Now for the international stories. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Saturday congratulated Leo Varadkar on assuming office as Ireland's Taoiseach. Taking to his official Twitter handle, Prime Minister Modi said that he values the historical ties, shared constitutional values and multifaceted cooperation between India and Ireland. Prime Minister Modi's tweet comes after Leo Varadkar was confirmed as Ireland's Taoiseach for the second time. He's taking over from Michael Martin in a rotation agreement from the coalition pact signed in 2020. With Varadkar taking over as Ireland's Taoiseach, Europe gets its third Indian origin head of government after United Kingdom Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and Portugal Premier Antonio Costa. Leo Varadkar was elected as Taoiseach by a margin of 87 votes in favour to 62 votes against the one abstention. He received the seal of office from Ireland's President Michael T. Higgins as per news report. After receiving the seals from Ireland's President Michael T. Higgins, Leo Varadkar said that he is honoured and privileged to have been given the opportunity to serve again. Every year on December 18th, the world marks International Migrants' Day, a day set aside to recognise the important contribution of migrants while highlighting the challenges they face. 1 in every 30 people in the world is a migrant. Sunday's #Migrant Day is an opportunity to celebrate the millions of migrants that are integral members of the societies in which they live and their contributions to both their home and host countries, the UN tweeted. In recent years, conflict, insecurity and the effects of climate change, war and conflict have heavily contributed to the forced movement within countries or across borders. In 2020, over 281 million people were international migrants, while over 59 million people were internally displaced by the end of 2021. Regardless of the reasons that compel people to move, migrants and displaced people represent some of the most vulnerable and marginalized groups in society and are often exposed to abuse and exploitation, have limited access to essential services including healthcare, and are faced with xenophobic attacks and stigma fueled by misinformation, according to the UN. On the other hand, many migrant workers are often in temporary, informal or unprotected jobs, which exposes them to a greater risk of insecurity, layoffs and poor working conditions. Due to the persistent lack of safe and regular migration pathways, millions continue to take perilous journeys each year. Since 2014, more than 50,000 migrants have lost their lives on migratory routes worldwide. Despite this, migrants have proven to be a source of prosperity, innovation and sustainable development to countries of origin, transit and host countries. Their financial contribution through remittance offers a lifeline to families and spur local markets, especially those of low and middle income countries, while their role in the labour market remains invaluable as evident on the front line of the COVID-19 pandemic response. Their knowledge, networks and skills have greatly contributed to the development of resilient communities, the UN said on its website. To mark the successful culmination of the training of flight cadets of flying and ground duty branches of the Indian Air Force, a combined graduation parade or CGP was held at the Air Force Academy in Hyderabad on Friday. Air Chief Marshal Sheikh Abdul Hanan, Chief of the Air Staff, Bangladesh Air Force, was the reviewing officer of the parade. The presence of Air Chief Marshal Sheikh Abdul Hanan underscored the strong bilateral ties between India and Bangladesh. His presence made the combined graduation parade unique, as it was the first time that the parade was reviewed by a foreign service chief, according to the press release issued by the Defence PRO. Air Marshal Manavendra Singh, Air Officer Commanding-in-Chief, Training Command, and Air Marshal B. Chandrasekhar, Commandant, Air Force Academy, received Air Chief Marshal Sheikh Abdul Hanan. During the CGP, Air Chief Marshal Sheikh Abdul Hanan said that IAF is keeping pace with the changing environment and has improvised a curriculum to train resilient, dynamic, and field-ready officers. In his address, the Bangladesh Air Force Chief stressed that India and Bangladesh have an umbilical connection. He stressed that the connection has been more profound since Bangladesh's liberation war in 1971. The Bangladesh Air Force Chief in his address highlighted that India and Bangladesh have an umbilical connection. The connection has been more profound since the Bangladesh liberation war in 1971, according to the press release issued by Defence PRO. Air Chief Marshal Hanan recalled the contribution of India and the Indian Air Force during the 1971 war. He stated that Bangladesh Air Force was born on the soil of this beautiful country at Dimapur on September 28, 1971. He stressed that both countries have an understanding of mutual trust and respect. The parade included a piping ceremony in which the graduating flight cadets were awarded the Flying Officer's stripes by the reviewing officer. After the piping ceremony, the flying officers were administered the oath by the commandant of the academy. After the piping ceremony, the reviewing officers presented awards to the flying officers who had excelled in various disciplines of training. The CGP also had a flight past by formations of Chetak, Pilatus PC-7, Kiran and Hawk aircraft, a skydiving display by the Akash Ganga team, and an aerobatic display by Pilatus PC-7, Surya Kiran aerobatic team, and Sarang helicopter team. Those are the international stories. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with sports news. Stay tuned.
Circly just landed in Oman. Now you can enjoy your life in Oman and save through unlimited buy two for the price of one offers and discounts starting 20% onwards, and finally track your savings at more than 1,000 leading vendors covering all your needs all over Oman. Download Circly Oman mobile application, subscribe and try 1 month for free. Insert your credentials through your preferred payment gateway, and don't worry, you won't be charged during the free trial. Plus, you can opt out at any time. Upgrade your lifestyle with Circly Oman.
We play, you listen.
You talk, we listen.
You got something to say? We want to hear it.
95.4 in Muscat.
And 91 in Salalah.
Music, news, views, and everything in between.
TFM.
TFM.
Let's talk.
Welcome back to Midday Update. Now for the sports stories. Even considering the galaxy of legends that came before him and made football the beautiful game that it is, Lionel Messi has evoked comparisons with the best in the way that he's admired by his friends and foes in the game. Messi has drawn every praise and compliment that there is in the footballing metaverse over the course of a golden career. He has a record 35 titles with Barcelona, a club he represented for the longest time in his career, including 4 Champions League, 10 La Liga and 7 Copa del Rey titles. It's just one match now that separates Messi from the elusive maiden World Cup title for his homeland. That being said, the final is far from a foregone conclusion, as it will pit La Albiceleste against holders France. While Captain Messi and the team will eye payback after the bruising 3-4 defeat to France in the 2018 edition, the defending champions, riding on the brilliance of ace marksman Kylian Mbappe and Olivier Giroud, and complemented by a vaunted midfield and a strong backline, are on the cusp of being the first team in 60 years to win successive World Cup titles. Carrying the expectations of a nation desperate for a world title, Messi has single-handedly lifted Argentina to the final after a sobering defeat to Saudi Arabia in their campaign opener. If the final ends in defeat for the two-time world champions, the world would have witnessed Messi walking away with a tearful final wave at his adoring faithfuls at the Lusail Stadium in Doha, passing on the mantle to the next lot of superstars. Croatia secured themselves a set of bronze medals by defeating Morocco 2-1 in the third-place playoff of the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 at Khalifa International Stadium on Saturday. Zlatko Dalic's men picked themselves up after their 3-0 semi-final loss to Argentina to secure third place for the second time at a FIFA World Cup following their identical feat at France '98. When these teams met in their opening group game 24 days ago, few would have predicted them meeting again on the tournament's concluding weekend. Where that group encounter ended goalless, no third-place playoffs has ended that way, and their union exploded into life with 2 early goals, both from set plays. Morocco have delighted both the African and Arab worlds with their unprecedented run to the last 4 after, though Modric tested Bono with a low drive, Walid Regragi's men were arguably on top as the first period approached an end. However, it was Croatia who reclaimed the lead just before the break. Teenager Bilal El-Kanounis, making his Morocco debut, won the ball on the edge of his box only to then lose it to Mateo Kovacic. Croatia worked the ball swiftly to Mislav Orsic on the left side of the box, and he curled a lovely first-time effort over Bono and in and off the far post. Croatia were the most likely scorers in the second half, with Kovacic coming closest for the Balkan team in the 87th minute as he dragged a shot wide of the far post. Morocco only seriously threatened an equalizer deep into injury time with a header from Youssef Nasiri, which landed on the roof of the net. For Croatia, it was job done. Those are the local, international and sports stories for the day. For more updates, stay tuned and keep watching TTV.
You've just heard the live feed from the TTV studios on TFM 95.4. Let's talk.